Welcome back to the Aussie Doug YouTube channel. So, Everest is in, getting the wheel alignment balance, getting the pressure sensors moved over. And as I said, we are time for roof racks. They just turned up today while Everest has been in the shop. And now, I am not affiliated, sponsored or anything by this company, but there are two reasons I bought this roof rack. One is, after the one with the last roof rack, the Yakima on the MUX, that noise and battling that noise was my nemesis. And two, not only is this bad boy specifically designed to make your ride look like a total bag magnet, but it's also so quiet you'll forget it's even there, unlike your mother-in-law. Say goodbye to noisy racks and hello to an envy-inducing jealousy from your mates and a happy missus. Get your hands on an Offroad Animal Scout rack today and let the good times roll on. Now, if that isn't a sales pitch, I don't know what is. So let's unbox this sucker and start the easy part, because anyone with an Everest is up for the rest of it. Oof to me. Anyways, let's open this box up and start. Righto, as you can see, it cut straps. Into this sucker. Alright, so we have our rails. That's it, our wind deflector. That's going to be so good. Can't wait. Little shovel holder looking things. Eye bolts. Our fitting kit to put it all together. Some more bits and pieces to put it all together. Some stickers, and that definitely isn't the instructions, I can guarantee that. Parts that I put in, yep. And then I've got some nuts as well. Alright, throw them up there. Let's open up the other box. This one, yep, that's all my rails. Alright, let's start putting this sucker together. So I know you don't want to watch me work on this for the next 7 hours straight. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a time lapse with a really bad voiceover by yours truly. Let's get cracking. Get yourself set up on a table, set your 7 extrusion rails out, then put your side rails up, and then using the M8 button head bolts and the flat washers, go through and loosely fit both side rails to the cross extrusions. On the front rail, you want to fit the M8 flange nuts in, and they have to line up with the wind deflector. So as you can see, it takes a little bit of mucking around to get them in the right spot. I found just using the Allen key to push them around works best. You want to fit the remaining M8 buttonhead bolts with washers right across the top of that wind deflector, and then fit the 2 M6 buttonheads with washers onto the front leading edge where it attaches to the side rail. Go through, fit the remaining M6 bolts and washers up the sides, then go through and tighten all nuts and bolts around the entire roof rack. Now it's time to move inside and start working on getting this inside and roof liner out. So start with the A pillars and grab handles, and using an M6 socket, pop out a little plastic clip and undo those. Doing the same on the B pillar and the passenger sides. Using a trim tool, open the plastic clip. T20 Torx bit, you'll be able to undo the sun visor clip. Then the same on the outside edge of the sun visor, pop the little plastic cover off, and the T20 Torx bit, 2 bolts, and it's out. I found it easier to leave the electrical plug connected and hanging. Using the trim tool, pop the top section of the A-pillar trim out, and then putting your fingers behind and just pull it out gently, making sure to unplug the speaker. Remove the rear passenger grab handles, the same with the T20 Torx bit. When removing the overhead console, do not open it from the front, otherwise you'll break the clips.
So what I learned the hard way with this is, don't pull it from here, you'll break the clips. Pull it from here. And it comes out so much easier. But I don't need it out, so I've already done this. Let's come back in.
Then remove the electrical fittings. Inside there you'll find 2 more T20 Torx screws. Take the plastic off from around the sun visor. You start with the center section and then remove the exterior trim. You will need to adjust the mirror to get this out. The coat hooks are the same, again with the T20 Torx bit. Just remember to keep placement for all these things. Now with the drivers and this passenger coat hook, there's a little plastic bracket that goes above them. Be careful, and you may need to take them to the roof before reinstallation. Pop the clips off the seat belts, and then using a T20 Torx bit, remove all the upper seat belt restraints on all 6 seat belts. In the boot, remove the rear shelf and jack tray, undo the 5 10mm bolts, and then also remove your jack stand securing bolt, because I didn't remember the first time. Couple of clips, little pull, and that comes out with ease. Removing the rear trim, just lift it up and it will come out. The driver's side cargo tie down point is the only one that needs to be undone. So a T30 Torx bit, and that comes out. Just behind the second row seat, you'll see this little thing. Open it up with a trim tool, 2 Phillips screws, and that's out. So on the second row, you need to remove the lower seatbelt anchor. Once again, T50 Torx bit. Also, the lower door kick panel needs to come out. It's just a few clips, out it comes. On the right hand side, you need to remove the trim panel. Start by pulling away from the body near the tailgate, releasing the clips as you go. Make sure you unplug the cargo light and the rear seat folding switch. Make sure if any clips remain in the vehicle, you pull them out and refit them to the panel. Remove all 4 door seal rubbers. Do not remove the rear boot rubber. It is glued in place. With these B-pillars, there's a little steel clip that will stay behind in the frame. You need to get it out. It's going to take some work. Then can do the same on the C-pillars. Rear passenger side, pop out the top edge of the lower panel, and then the upper panel trim should come out with a few clips. Across around the air conditioning ducting, you've got 5 bolts to undo. There's one tucked up underneath the edge of the roof trim. Don't forget it. Then with the help of a friend, you need to pull down on the roof starting at the front, just leaving the liner rest on the headrest of the seats. Undo the rear side airbag bolt. This one gave me a bit of a hard time. It's just an 8mm socket. Once you've got that loose, the air conditioning duct to the rear comes out quite easily. Now undoing all the nuts that attach the rail to the roof. You've got 2 at the back, 1 in the middle, and 2 at the front. Now up on top of the roof, you can remove the roof rails using a trim tool. Just gently pry it. It's stuck down with double-sided tape. Clean out the gutter rails with some isopropyl oil-like to remove all of the residue. Alright, so we've got a M8 bolt through there, and we had to put the nut in that. I've just stuck some washers on all these nuts, just chucked a bit of super glue on it because that's what I had. So all these, they line up. There's a little arrow just here that goes to the front of the car, and it's the same with these ones. We got the arrow goes to the front of the car. So I'm going to start putting all this in and see how we go. Time to got just some RTV as my silicon sealant thread locker, so that'll do thread sealant and normal sealant because it's RTV obviously, left over from intake manifold on the Troopy. But yeah, let's start doing the install now, and then we got to put the bomb sight back together. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I've got the M6, got some thread locker and some sealant, thread locker sealant on the M8. I've put the sealant around the holes, and I've put way too much because I'd rather be looking at it than looking for it. And this, hopefully, just drop in here like so. And oh my gosh, I've definitely put some goop on them. So from there, I've got to try and get up underneath and put these nuts back on. So the front one is the same nut as what come out of the factory. Uh-oh. That's down the A-pillar. Anyway, I got some magnets, so I'll try and fish that out soon. I might watch what I'm doing this time instead of just going by feel. Tighten down the front bolts, moving to the center bracket, bolt it down, tighten it up. The rear mount will have one M6 and one M8 bolt, and repeat on the other side. Once you've got those done, on the front mount there's a tiny little bracket that bolts to the top of it, and these are to be left loose until the roof rack's in place. Hello, so that was a lot of work. So the interior is still ripped apart, but Jono helped me put the roof rack on, and there's got a storm rolling in, so I need to shut it down for the night. Show you what we got done. So after we put these brackets on, there's another little bracket that goes on top of this with two little bolts. I'm going to flip you upside down in here so you can see. Actually, I might show you on the other side. Can you see those two little bolts there? They were not fun. Oh my gosh, those bolts suck. They suck really bad. But they're in. I was one bolt short, so just stuck to Bunnings. They're only an M10, black M10 socket head, so they should be plenty of them around. But can you see? I'll chuck this on badly for now, but it's there. Awning's on. That was priority number one for this trip that we're doing very soon. I think it's an old ARB something or other. I can't remember. It's off the MUX, and before that it was off Mum and Dad's car, so it's been around the traps. I think it's actually been around Australia even. So I gotta get some of the socket head, the other nuts, because the nuts that came with them are no good. So, and that way I can also put my shovel holder and some max tracks and stuff up here for the weekend. But I got some work to do in there tomorrow. Oh my gosh. But for today, that's it. I'll see you in the morning. Morning. Welcome back. Welcome back this morning. So, I'm walking around, figuring out where we're up to, doing the cuppa. There's a lot of plastic off. But if you own an Everest, you're into this same plastic off scenario. Out of all the instructions, there's only one thing I think that was backwards, and that was the center console map light thingy. It said pull from the front. You should pull from the back. Little pull down clips at the back. Front's got latches, and I snapped these little suckers off. So we've Harold-eyed the bejeebies out of them. So hopefully they stay. Picked up a few little bolts and stuff from Bunnings before I went to bed last night, and yeah, we just got to finish off, get the thing together. There's a bit to do, but on my own. Jono had to go home. No, well, he's still work today, I don't. And yeah, picked up some more of those flange nuts from Bunnings as well. Alright, let's get started. So I just put the air conditioning duct in, put the bolt in the rear airbag there, clip the clip back up, put that other screw back in, and wife helped me roof the roof liner up before she went to work. So now time to start. Everything in the, so they give you a good manual for this, and it's time to repeat everything from like step 80 backwards, apart from the putting the roof rack together parts, which is 17 steps. Alright, so we'll start here, there, here, there, and yep. Alright, let's start it. Starting back inside with 5 bolts that hold the air conditioner ducting back in on the passenger side rear, put the upper panel in as well as the seat pillar. Making sure you plug the speaker in, then re-secure this upper seatbelt bolts. Refit
rifted the anchor point and then the 2 screws that go inside the little handle. Repeating the same process on the other side. Don't do what I've done here and put all the roof together, because then you'll realise it doesn't work properly.
As you saw, I just put all the front in and I pulled it out again because these little brackets up here had fallen out and I had taped them on here. It turns out there's 2 very finite locating spots up there, so I've now taped them up there again. Oh my gosh. I got lucky with that. I'm hoping this works the same. So I just didn't want the roof liner sagging as it was, so that's why I was trying to put everything up. It's probably a process for everything for a reason, you know, but hopefully we're fine-tuning this. Those little clips. So these little clips, see those little prongs at the top there? They fold out flat when you pull them out, when you pull the plastic out, and then it won't go back over the mount on the actual plastic that's going back on. So I just went and got this blade screwdriver and just pushed them back down in the right direction so they'll slide back over the plastic. And then they'll go in nice and easy.
Once you get these clips sorted out, refit the B-pillar plastics on both sides, also the grab handles for the rear passengers. Once you've got all that done, refit the 4 door rubbers. Move to the boot, put the rear partial shelf tray in, but before you secure the 5 bolts, make sure you clip in the rear trim. So do the 5 bolts up as well as the jack bolt. Make sure you've plugged in the electrical connections for the seat and the rear light.
Righto. We're all back together. I reckon that took 4 hours this morning to get it together and 2 hours just after to get it apart, plus another hour and a half to do the roof rack. So yeah, 8 hours. But if you don't want to pay someone $150 an hour, it's more than capable of something you can do. 3 things. One is you'll need your battery on boil the whole time. This thing has every light turned on and just drains the battery. So she's been cooking for quite some time. Another one is not your real ladder, but your step ladder, because you want to get up there. But for me, I love me doorstep. I'll show you how she hooks up, but these things are priceless for anyone with a roof rack. And I'll hook it up onto 2 different type doors, and I'll show you the difference between the 2 mounts. We'll go to this side. On the vertical door, you can have it 2 different selections here. So, you're on the highest one, come over, sits on, nice and flat. Now, if you've got a bit more slope, you can adjust these a little, set them like that, hope suits fit. Now, on the back door, you've got your wheel arch in the road, doesn't sit the same. So, once again, go to the low one. Voila, nice and flat. Really, really good. I love these things. Normally, I've only ever seen the short ones, but I found this big one. It's like 100 and I don't know how many kilo weight rated. Love this thing. I've had this one for probably 3 years now. It lived in the old car with the roof rack non-stop. All right, next step is take this sucker for a drive and see if we can hear anything. And I still haven't replaced my aerial because it got knocked off, and it's 160 bucks for a new one. That's ridiculous. Anyways, let's take it for a drive. So that's 100 down the highway. Everything seems to be pretty damn quiet. I can hear the tyres. The outside of tyres, I can't hear much of anything making noise. Yeah, really, really happy with how it's going. Alright, so now we're back together. This has been quite a bit of fun actually. Learned a lot about the car. It's always fun learning about your vehicle. And going forward, camping trips next. So we're off on a little 4-wheel trip, towing the van. I'll bring you along where I can. I'll try and post some stuff up of how the car goes and the few spots we're planning on taking it. If you want to have a look at any off-road animal stuff, I will have a link in the description or the comment or pinned comment or something. Just jump over, have a look. It'll go straight to the Next Gen Everest stuff. And if you want to see anything else I'm doing, make sure you subscribe, please. Costs you nothing and helps my channel. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Okay, very last step. Let me stick this right here. I don't know why they make that the last step. That should be the first step. If that was on there at the beginning, that'd be the last step and you're done. Why make it the last step?